Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome to the channel. Today is the day before we leave for Miles of Mayhem. The day we've all been waiting for, we're all excited for, and so I've got some stuff in store for you today. What today's gonna entail of is packing up the car, getting the car, finishing up car setup, and making sure that myself and Nico are also ready to go. Now, first off, the 350Z is packing a huge surprise for Miles of Mayhem that you guys are going to be so stoked for. But first, a few things showed up in the mail for the car, for Miles of Mayhem. So I ended up grabbing two 3-port chargers with USB outputs because we're going to be living out of the car for an entire week. The car's our charging station, so I figured you can't have too many of these. The 350Z that I have has 2 cigarette outlets, so this is going to be perfect. All of our stuff is going to be charged. I've got some gold reflective heat tape here that I'm going to wrap the intake with. If I get to it today, that'd be sweet. If not, we'll just do it on the road after we set up the tent at night or something like that. And air conditioning belt, that needs to get changed because I didn't cinch up the last one tight enough and I ended up shredding it. So now I know how tight I need to set these, and I pulled out the walkie-talkies. So are you ready to see what the 350 has in store? Because you guys are gonna love this. Put my shoes on. So I wasn't certain that I was actually gonna do this for Miles of Mayhem, but I ended up call Ryan for mobile detailing. ADHD brain. All right, I'm looking right at it. It makes me smile. It's gonna do the same for you guys. You ready? Here we go. It's fully deckled. Oh, gorgeous. It's a race car. It's a proper race car. I am so excited. I cannot elaborate enough how real this makes this feel for this car. It was always the goal for it to be a properly set up nice race car, and now that it has the decals, it just seals the deal and it looks good. And this is the early stages. It's only going to get better as time goes on. I'm taking this car all the way to the moon with me, not in a literal sense, but you get what I'm saying. Sky's the limit. So got the YouTube handle on the back, the small number, TJR Racing, YouTube handle, Instagram, TikTok, numbers on the side. Pro Touch is the decal sponsor for the car. TJR Racing again. Hood decal, and it's the same on this side. Unfortunately, I did screw up this decal pretty bad, which does suck, but I actually have yet to successfully decal an entire race car or bike, because I've done motocross, go-karts, you name it. I have not ever set a full decal package without brutally screwing up one decal. So I'm gonna reach out to Pro Touch again. They'll make me another decal, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it on before Miles of Mayhem or after, but it's fine. It doesn't bother me too much. Of course, I like perfect things, but there she be. Oh, yes, and the names. So we got the Saskatchewan flag, because that's home base for us. T. Reimer on this side. And then my co-driver, Nico, has his sticker as well. And Westguard. I think he put his on a little straighter than mine. No, I think mine's better. It's not supposed to be straight. Just kidding. Nico was like putting it on, and he like was ready to peel it. He's like, I can't do this. I can't handle this. I was like, yes, you can. Just stick it on there. He did a pretty good job. So let's get rolling with the day. Miles of Mayhem, let's go. Yes. Also, I have some new front tires to put on the car. I drove a total of 6 hours to get these tires. The reason I did so is because new tires, brand new, even the cheap ones, were like $240 per tire, and I couldn't afford that. You know, I've said it a few times, and I'll say it again. I am an average guy just doing fun stuff. I'm not an unlimited funded rock star. I am a normal dude, pinching pennies, trying to go fast and build cool cars. So I drove a total of 6 hours to pay $100 for tires that are worth probably $600 for the two. So sometimes time is less valuable than money. So I used to always say, you know, my time is worth more than money. Well, things change, right? So new tires are gonna go on the front. Got to solidify all the gear. And we're going to Miles of Mayhem. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna fist pump and be excited so many times in this video. Welcome back to the shop. So I've been doing most of my work out of my house garage because, quite frankly, my 350 is a bit of a disaster to get onto the hoist because of this conglomeration. These rocks are really soft. Last time I came in here, I actually flung one of those boards up and it went straight into my bumper. I was a little bit pissed off, but I got over it. Race car. And some of the other girls are home. So say hi to the 66 Chevelle and the 68 C20. This was supposed to be the Miles of Mayhem car. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out this year. That 468 in the corner here and that built turbo 400 trans is going into that car regardless. So that's the plan for that. It's a 66 two-door post Chevelle, so two-door sedan, they like to call it. It's not a perfect car by any means, but it's very nice. It's wonderful to drive. It's just got a 350 in it with a turbo 350 and it looks good. It's a wonderful driver. Take it to the grocery store. If it gets door dinged, don't have to care. It's just a driver. And this one is the, this truck. Oh, this is my headache. This is my learn of how to do body work, aka how to strip 20 pounds of filler out of a truck by hand. Learned how to do all that on this. I fixed up the rad support on this truck. These trays at the bottom here really like to rust out, especially on the battery side, because these trays hold water. And on the bottom, you can't really see it there. Fixed the rad support on it, stripped all the Bondo out of it, cleaned up under the hood. It's got a 468 Chevy with a 177 Y-ion blower, 750 double pumper carb, MSD ignition. It's still running HEI, I believe. Yeah, don't quote me on that. But it needs a lot of tuning. Do not mistake this thing. Oh yeah, and this happened last time. Look at that. Just, this truck never gets driven and it always seems to break every time it moves, but it's cool. That's the interior, kind of race truckish. Have a fire extinguisher in there because I don't trust this thing and it always likes to break, and the last thing I need is it burning down on the side of the road. Fuel cell in the back. Still got the factory 3-link suspension. It's a C20, so it's a 3/4 ton. Lowered, it's got a 6.4 lowering kit with disc brake conversion on the front. So it's lowered 6 inches in the front, 4 inches on the rear. You got some, what size are these? 295s, I think. Yeah, 295s on here. And yeah, it sounds rank and it's cool. So that's the introduction to the girls. Back to 350Z stuff. And I'm gonna get a clip of me driving on the hoist just in case something bad happens. Might be funny. How about a little bit of sauce, eh? I'm done with the full-on once over with the 350Z. I changed, well, I didn't change. I put on an air conditioning belt because it didn't have one before, because like I said, it got shredded. I did a full once over on the car, took the wheels off. I raised the front about 1/4 inch, I would say, and left the back the way it is. Gave it a full once over underneath, made sure everything was tight, and it is. So the car within itself is good to go. Now it's time to go home and finish up some laundry, make some dinner. It is later in the evening. It's the same day, I promise. My outfit changed and I shaved, but taking a nap was a part of Miles of Mayhem prep. I actually forgot to add that in the beginning, is that a nap is necessary. I don't want to block what's nice here.
Yeah.
But as you notice, the outfits changed. Nico, give him a 360. Show him what you got.
Oh, hold on, turn around.
Okay. Yeah,
Wow.
Get that booty in there.
Yeah. So, this was Nico's surprise that he showed up with today.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Oh, zoom in on the face. Yeah, so I said that I was going to do a full in-depth description of everything that we have packed. I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, okay? Today just turned into a little bit of a hectic thing. And like I said in the past, I'm not perfect. And I'm working on becoming better with the camera, working it into daily life and norm and stuff. But the only thing that isn't packed here is our personal duffel bags and the content backpack. This is the pile right here. Minus these shoes. Gonna save weight. So let me show you. Air mattress, socket set, this kind of stuff right here. The tent, the driver bag, which has the helmet, driving gloves, and driving shoes. And I'll give you the full walkthrough tomorrow morning. But the key is we have everything packed. I might take the backpack tools as well. I don't know, we'll see. Things always change last minute though, right? Like, you know, when you're going on big road trips and it's like you think you got everything figured out the night before, and then the day of the trip, you just
add so much stuff.
You add and just rip everything apart.
And then you get halfway there, you're like, oh, this is what we forgot. And
yeah, that's the way it goes. But the general consensus is actually the car is ready to go. We are ready to go. The things that the car needs is ready. We just need to get our duffel bags ready. So that's
I already have all my clothes like folded up on my bed, ready to just throw in a bag.
Actually, same here. We're like little kids leaving for Disney World the next day. We are, honestly.
This is our Disney World.
Yes. Oh, something you're gonna like that I did today, which I don't know if you noticed or not, but if you come to the front of the car here, yes.
Yes, I did notice. They look so much better.
And that was Nico's idea. He's like, by the way, quit procrastinating everything you do in life and clean your headlights so we can actually see. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea, because we're going to be clipping along at night and it's important to see, you know.
Very important to see.
You know what would really be cool though?
Light bar.
None
Lights.
What's that?
Pod lights.
Nope. A bar that comes out here is bent, comes out here, bends, and then a clean 45 to a straight here that offsets down, and 2 Light Force yellow hella rounds.
So like a little front kind of bash bar kind of deal.
Yeah, but just like just like one tube, just like one tube with 2 big yellows right outside of the emblem.
That would be cool. That would be sweet.
It would actually look okay. It looks like a race car, and those lights would be very, very nice at night, because Miles of Mayhem is going to take us in places, you know, where you got high wildlife traffic. Last year we had to go down a dirt road into a valley.
We ran down that road at work.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was like a railroad tie bridge.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, I raised a car 1/4 inch. You know what though? I will say it did do a fair amount. Like I was tucking the top of the tire before. So I think I did about 3/8 of an inch. I went from 4 3/4 to 4 1/16. But it seems to have actually changed a bit more. Because also when I was measuring, the lock ring had a few turns left in it, but the car's ready to go. and so are we. So with that, I'm going to say good night. This will be uploaded tonight. Starting today, there will be 1 video per day. I'm committing to 7 days, 7 videos, 1 video per day. That's a lot to handle. It's a big commitment, but I'm gonna make it happen just to show how committed I am. So, good night. Remember, sky's the limit. We love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll catch you in tomorrow.